On Thai PBS World Tonight, Interior Minister Anutin Chanvirakul orders investigation on Chiang Rai governor over the recent flooding. Recent polls have shown that Paetongtarn is most favored person for Prime Minister. And Thailand's Finance Ministry considers activating the second phase of the cash handouts. Swadika and good evening and welcome to Thai PBS World Tonight. I'm Nat Runat.
I'm Frank Kanshi.
I will begin the program tonight with the latest on the flooding situation in Thailand. As so far, many of the provinces, 18 provinces and 32,000 households are still affected by widespread flooding. But it seems like someone is getting into trouble because someone appears to be absent during the flood relief efforts. And right now, the Interior Minister Anutin Chanvirakul has ordered an investigation into the governor of Chiang Rai for his absence. Retiring Chiang Rai Governor Puttiphong Sirimat is under investigation for alleged absence from the province early this month when he was needed to handle the flooding, particularly in Mae Sai, Mueang and Wiang Papao districts. Interior Minister Anutin Chanvirakul said yesterday that he has ordered a committee to investigate Puttiphong for his alleged failure to do his job properly when Chiang Rai was hit by the worst flooding in 3 decades. He even said that while several agencies were in the province to help flood victims, the governor was not around to supervise rescue and relief operations, citing an example last Friday when Prime Minister Paetongtarn visited Chiang Rai to see the flood situation for herself. He also added that Puttiphong was present, though, to give a briefing about the flooding situation and related operations to the Prime Minister and her team, after which he left for Bangkok to attend a ceremony for retiring interior officials. The Interior Minister said that such conduct was unbecoming of a responsible official who should have been in the province to handle the situation and to tend to the needs of the flood victims, adding that the governor cannot say that the fact that he is retiring, he cannot use it as an excuse for not doing his job. Regarding the 2 deputy governors who were also not present during the flooding because they had to attend the Defense College course in Bangkok, Anutin said that they should have skipped the course and stayed in the province to look after the flood victims. Commenting on criticism that local officials should not be mobilized to welcome the Prime Minister during her inspection unit, Anutin explained that the flooding in Chiang Rai was a special case, requiring the presence of the governor and other officials. However, only one of the 3 deputy governors was on hand to help the Prime Minister. However, Anutin promised that after October 1st, the working system in the Interior Ministry will be revamped to increase efficiency. So it looks like the Chiang Rai governor is in trouble. And what Anutin actually said was that even though he's about to retire, that doesn't mean you could use it as an excuse to neglect your duties, because the floods in Chiang Rai, we had to say that it has been really severe. Many households, many families are affected. So these flood victims need assistance as soon as possible. But the governor was not even there to give them any support. And it was only the Prime Minister and some of the cabinet ministers who were there last week.
You can see on the screen right now, of course, those scenes are very devastating for those residents in Chiang Rai. As in, of course, I think everyone in every position needs to take responsibility of wrongdoing. Of course, right now, Anutin Chanvirakul, the Interior Minister, right now trying to get the retired governor in charge. But of course, as what you said, excuse is not workable in this sense. As in, if the government really neglects his responsibility on the position, he needs to get in charge.
Right, because you have to think that the flooding situation is the urgent issue, and everyone, even the Prime Minister, had to leave everything and just go to Chiang Rai to see the situation for herself. Even Paetongtarn Wechayachai was also there, even though there are other responsibilities, but you have to always consider that the flood victims, you have to really help them as soon as possible.
Because this is the most urgent issue at this moment.
Most urgent issue. It's not just the floods. It's that their electricities are cut. They cannot get access to food or even clean water. And they
How
cannot
about the
travel.
mud, the amount
Yes,
of the
the
mud?
amount of mud. And even the prime minister who witnessed the situation also found out that considering the huge amount of mud that covered the main areas, it would take at least like several weeks, about October until the operations would have been complete. So this is going to be a tough one on the governor. So we will have to find out how the governor will actually explain his side of the story, because it looks like Anutin is going to get him in trouble.
Yeah.
And now let's talk about a bit on Thai politics. Since we mentioned a bit about Paetongtarn, you know what? It seems like Paetongtarn is gaining popularity according to recent opinion polls. So we'll begin with the opinion poll results from Nita poll first. Prime Minister Paetongtarn Shinawat ranks as the most favored person to be the country's leader due to her leadership and efforts to address the people's problem. And if you look at the rankings here, Paetongtarn received support from 31% of the respondents, followed by the People's Party leader, Nattapong Ruengpanjawut. But we also have to mention, though, that people also voted that there is no politician that is suitable to become the prime minister as well. And those who also top the list is Energy Minister Paetongtarn Saleerathawiphakd and also Kun Hing Sudarat Geyurapan as well. Some of the reasons that they gave for the United Thai Nation Party leader, Paetongtarn, they said that he is the most favored politician to be PM because of his credibility and management experience. As for Sudarat Geyurapan, she is voted as most favored because of her capability and experience in administration and also her stance against dictatorship in all forms. But when the respondents were asked about their favorite political parties, the poll shows that most of the respondents are supportive of the People's Party, followed by the Pheu Thai Party, no political party in favor. And there's also the United Thai Nation Party, the Democrat Party, the Phumjai Thai Party, Palang Pracharat Party, and Thai Sang Thai Party as well. Now let's have a look at another poll, which is the Suan Dusit poll. Paetongtarn also ranks number 1 as the most outstanding among leading politicians in September, and she has gained up to 51% of the votes, followed by Interior Minister Anutin Charnvirakul and Energy Minister Phirapan Saleerathawiphakd. As for the opposition side, it is quite obvious here because Pitha Limcharoenrat actually topped the list for the opposition side, followed by Nattapong Ruengpanjawut and Sirikanya Tansukul. And all these people are from the People's Party, except for Pitha, who is no longer a politician. And the most favored projects or performances by the government in September, of course, the one that came on top was the first disbursement of payments under the digital wallet scheme, or you may call it just a cash payout scheme. And coming second is the flood relief operations and also the 3-month cooking gas price freeze. The opposition's outstanding performances were the scrutiny of the fiscal budget for 2025, the scrutiny of digital wallet payments, and the proposal to tackle the flooding. But there are a few reasons behind it as to why Paetongtarn is gaining popularity in these recent opinion polls. Dr. Shetha Sapyen of the Nawamintara Thirat University analyzed that ever since former Prime Minister Sethar Thavisin was ousted last month, the popularity towards the ruling Pheu Thai Party did not change, and therefore that favor towards Sethar would entirely go to Paetongtarn straight away. And another factor that Paetongtarn has been gaining popularity is the 10,000 baht cash payouts, which has increased the popularity of Paetongtarn and also the Pheu Thai Party. And one thing they also have to note is that most of the respondents are low-income earners. That was why many people have chosen Paetongtarn and the Pheu Thai Party in these recent opinion polls. On the other hand, Dr. Shetha felt that some of Pitha's supporters may have leaned towards Paetongtarn as Nattapong wasn't able to gain the same popularity like Pitha, considering that when people think of the Move Forward Party or that group in particular, people would often think of Pitha, Chaithawat Tulathon, and Sirikanya Tansukul as the core members of the main opposition side.
So of course you can see the trend here in the poll, as in People's Party in the party list, they are the most popular one. But for the politician side, Paetongtarn is the first one in the NIDA poll. So what's the reason? In my analysis, is because, of course, the 10,000 baht cash handout, or we talk about digital wallet scheme right now, more than 14.5 million, they already receive it. So this is a part of achievement of this current government. But what you said about the last part, when people think about People's Party or the former Move For Party, they think about Pita Limjaroenrat or Sirikanya Tansakul. But how about right now, the leader, Kun Tang, right?
Kun Tang, yeah.
Kun Tang. And I think right now he is trying to find that charisma.
Right.
She's trying to find that popularity with so many fundraising events, those events on the ground to talk to people. But now, it doesn't work yet because we've seen a lot of local election yet. Pisanulor, Paetongtarn, but People's Party hasn't won one. So actually, I had the chance to talk to Kun Tang in a Foreign Correspondent Club last week. He said that right now he's really trying all efforts to get the popularity, but the highest level hasn't come.
It's going to be a tough one for Nattapong as the People's Party leader in terms of gaining popularity, especially among the locals. Because like you said, most of the local elections, People's Party is not at that level yet. And they even came up with a new campaign, which is called Peng Tua Thai, where they try to target the local people so that these people can give the People's Party the same support, just like they did with the Move For Party.
And you talk about Tang Tua Thai, so it's actually the leader of People's Party, Kun Tang, will have a local tour, local excursion tour to 77 provinces of Thailand that he wants to connect with local people there to get the popularity really going on the ground in the local. And they can have some wins in local election or next year's provincial election too. So there's still some strategy to do to go against the leading party, ruling party, Per Thai there in the future elections.
It's going to be a tough one for Nattapong and the People's Party as well, because many people have felt that the charisma as a politician is not quite there yet. If we compare with Pita or Sirikanya or even the spokesperson, Paripwacharasin, they all have the charisma as a politician, but Nattapong seemed to have been like behind the scenes for most of the time, but now he's the party leader. He has to like step up a lot.
But some political analysts actually told me that after Future Forward Party was dissolved, of course, Kun Pita Limjaroenrat was in charge. At the beginning, Kun Pita was not that popular in mass media, not until before the election. So, of course, we have to see, we have to wait how the Tang Tua Thai works at the end.
We have to give him a chance anyway.
Yes. Right now, we changed the topic to economics, of course. We talk about in the news story about 10,000 cash handout or digital wallet scheme, we call it before. But of course, 14.5 million of population have received this 10,000 cash handout. But what's the second phase? The Finance Ministry is set to consult with the Economic Stimulation Committee regarding the second phase of disbursing 10,000 baht in cash benefits to an additional 26 million participants in the digital wallet scheme. To date, over 100 billion baht has already been distributed to 12 million disabled individuals and state welfare cardholders since last Wednesday. Deputy Finance Minister noted that approximately 319,000 people within the group of disabled individuals and welfare cardholders have yet to receive their benefits, largely due to technical issues such as inactive bank accounts. He urged those affected to contact their banks by 18th October as the Comptroller Department will resume transfer on 22nd October. The Finance Ministry and the Economic Stimulation Committee, chaired by the Prime Minister, will consider splitting the remaining 10,000 baht benefit into two installments of 5,000 baht each in a bid to mitigate financial risks. In a related development, Deputy Finance Minister reported a significant surge in cash withdrawals. On 25th September alone, withdrawals from the Bank of Agricultural Cooperatives ATMs saw an 18.8-fold increase compared to the previous day, while withdrawals from the government saving banks ATMs nearly doubled. So, of course, right now we have to wait for the government to give our further clear instruction about the future 10,000 baht cash handout at this moment, because the Prime Minister claimed that there might be a split of 5,000 baht each. But of course, we have seen some economic stimulus in a point that people use the 10,000 baht cash handout to purchase, to, of course, to buy some things in the society.
And like what you're seeing right here, many people queued up in front of ATMs to actually withdraw the 10,000 baht cash. So you can see that this amount of money can actually change people's lives in a way, or at least for a short period of time, because you can see that people were queuing up just to get that 10,000 baht benefit, because it means a lot, because that's going to help them in certain ways. Because like some people have told Thai PBS reporters that that 10,000 baht cash benefit will help them in the case of trying to clear out their debts, trying to clear out their medical bills. And one story that I find it really touching was that they want to use that money to buy a new phone for his niece or something, or might use that money to give her like a special meal. So for low-income earners, that means a lot to them.
And actually, some people also told Thai PBS reported that the person never received this 1,000 baht before. So this is a very, very important, conducive way to stimulate the local economy and to help local residents in a way. But of course, some, I think most of them as a Thai population, still waiting for that 10,000 baht cash out. So we're still waiting for the government to give us really clear instruction as when we can get it and how we can get it.
The clarifications, because previously the finance minister said that it won't be until like next year, but then it looks like the finance minister is trying to reconsider with the second phase of the cash handouts.
Yes, and of course, right now we talk about economic issues in Thailand, but how about the international relations? Because our Prime Minister Paetongtarn will attend the third Asia Cooperation Dialogue Summit in Doha. The theme of the two-day summit, to be attended by leaders from 35 member states, will be sports diplomacy, focusing on the role of sports in empowering people, promoting cooperation, and enhancing peace and security in the region. Paetongtarn will deliver her vision concerning economic, social, and resource development on October 3rd. She will also convey Thailand's commitment to greater cooperation under the ACD framework, particularly as Thailand will assume the chair of the ACD on January 1st next year. This will be Paetongtarn's first international meeting since officially taking office earlier this month. The ACD inaugurated in Thailand in 2002 during the premiership of Paetongtarn's father, Thaksin Shinawatra. It's a pan-Asian cooperation and policy dialogue forum aimed at promoting understanding, mutual trust, and mutual interest among Asian countries, as well as finding common solutions to global challenges. So of course, you can see this is the first overseas trip for Paetongtarn Shinawatra compared to our previous Prime Minister Srettha Thavisin. This is just the first one because Srettha Thavisin has had done a lot. So of course, we are expecting and looking forward to her performance and her delivery of Thailand's sports diplomacy. Of course, this is part of soft power to the international society.
And the Asia Cooperation Summit actually consists of 35 countries that are the members of the ACD, and that also includes 10 ASEAN members, including Thailand as well, and some of the countries like Russia and also India as well. So this is actually a very significant summit, regional summit as well. So we'll have to wait and see how Paetongtarn will actually perform, since it's actually her first international meeting as the Prime Minister of Thailand.
Yes, so we're waiting for that to see her performance.
Right, and Thailand is renowned as the world's second largest rice exporter, and only the northeastern region boasts over 6.4 million hectares of rice growing land and also has the highest production in the country as well. And in this special report, we visit Loei province, which is widely known as a key rice cultivation province, to explore two types of local sticky rice, which have been recognized as geographical indication products. So how does this recognition benefit local communities? Let's find out more with Warisara Sahan.
These paddy fields are in Loei province, in northeastern Thailand, the region with the largest rice yield. Apart from the famous jasmine and white rice, Loei has its native rice cultivars. Silkliang glutinous rice from the Ban Rai Nam Yen community and Mueang Loei red glutinous rice from the Ban Si Chareun community can only be grown here. They have recently been recognized as GI agricultural products, which will help preservation efforts and enhance the rice marketability.
การขอ GI เนี่ยเขาจะเน้นเลยคือ1เรื่องของความมีชื่อเสียงกับการมีลักษณะที่โดดเด่นแล้วก็เป็นอัตลักษณ์ของสินค้าในพื้นที่นั้นๆแบบนี้ค่ะก็จะช่วยยกระดับใช่ก็เลยความเป็น GI ก็เลยจะสามารถช่วยยกระดับได้
GI or geographical indication recognition is a designation given to any product that can be traced to specific origins. Agricultural products that come from the specific place, linking their quality or reputation to that location, can qualify for a GI certification. There are 176 GI products from across Thailand, and Loei has two, which are Silkliang sticky rice and Mueang Loei red sticky rice.
ดังนั้นข้าวซิลเกี้ยงเนี่ยค่ะซึ่งโดยเฉพาะอยู่ที่บ้านน้ำเย็นที่นี่สูงจากระดับน้ำทะเลประมาณ500 ถึง 1,000 เมตรนะคะจึงทำให้ข้าวไร่ซึ่งโดยปกติแล้วคือมีบางคนบอกว่าข้าวไร่มันแข็งแต่ที่นี่จะเป็นข้าวซิลเกลี้ยงที่มีความนุ่มค่ะอะไรแบบนี้ค่ะนะคะก็เลยทำให้เป็นที่มาของการมีลักษณะเด่นของการที่เรายื่นขอ GI
She added that Silkliang sticky rice is tolerant to extreme environments and it can survive without rain for 10 or 20 days. There's no irrigation in the fields. It has been grown the same way for 2 centuries.
ตอนนี้ทางกลุ่มก็เลยมีการอนุรักษ์พันธุ์ข้าวพันธุ์โบราณแล้วก็อนุรักษ์อุปกรณ์ที่เราปลูกตั้งแต่แต่แม่ยังอนุรักษ์ไว้อยู่ครับ
Silkliang sticky rice has been the traditional Thai rice for Ban Rai Nam Yen for about 200 years. Meanwhile, ข้าวเหนียวแดงเมืองเลย or Loei red sticky rice, which is also a traditional Thai rice of Ban Si Chareun community in Loei province, but it was once lost from Loei. But now in the community that I am in on the mountain, people here in Ban Si Chareun community brought them back again in 2013.
มาปลูกแล้วก็พัฒนาเก็บข้อมูลรวบรวมเรื่องราวของข้าวเหนียวแดงเมืองเลยซอยกันไล่ภาคส่วนไล่ภาชีในพื้นที่แล้วก็จนได้ยื่นข้อเป็นข้าว GI ของจังหวัดเลยครับ
Mueang Loei red sticky rice is known for being the most fragrant rice in the northeast and is popular among international clients for its unique red color.
ข้าวเหนียวแดงเมืองเลยมีคนต่างประเทศเพิ่นมักเนื่องจากข้าวเหนียวแดงเมืองเลยเนี่ยเป็นข้าวเหนียวแต่ว่าซี่เป็นข้าวกล้อง
The 2 native rice cultivars were recognized as GI products in March 2023. After years of research by Loei Ratchapat University and support from Rice Department and governmental agencies. This achievement also brings a better quality of life for the locals.
เมื่อก่อนเนี่ยถ้าเปรียบเทียบก็คือเขาขายตันหนึ่งเนี่ยอยู่ที่11,000 แต่ตอนนี้20,000
สมาชิกวิสาหกิจชุมชนเรามีความเป็นอยู่ที่ดีขึ้นพอทราบกลุ่มเขาบอกว่าเงินมา5ดีกว่าไป5เงินนะครับ
Both rice cultivars are enriched in nutrients, dietary fiber, and antioxidants. and are in high demand among health-conscious consumers. With support from Loei Ratchapat University and government agencies, efforts are underway to capitalize on the rice GI recognition. Together, they are working on new ways to add value and expand the product range, including rice cakes and rice desserts. The growers are also being trained on how to use digital media to market their products. Warisala Sehan reporting for Thai PBS World.
So the GI certification is very significant for the local communities there because it means that their products are up to standard, and that will actually give them a lot of benefits when they want to export the products to other countries.
And these benefits include local economy too, how to help the local economy to elevate to another level with this high standard certification. This is very important.
Yes, and that wraps up tonight's edition of Thai PBS World Tonight. Join us every Monday and Tuesday at 6 p.m. on Thai PBS World's Facebook and YouTube Live. And don't forget to follow us on social media and our website, thaipbsworld.com, for all the latest updates about Thailand as well as analyses. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you tomorrow. สวัสดีค่ะ
สวัสดีครับ